Hello everyone. Yeah, so today, like in this video, we are going to explain the edit operation, delete and detail operation and delete operation, and we'll perform some data annotation to apply validation on our create page. Because if you remember, like last time we had create this page, but here we are not giving any kind of validation here. So if you are not passing any data, all these in field, and if you are clicking on create button, so see like that directly push it to the server, and again from there it coming to our view, but we are not having any kind of like validation. So without validation, like we can say we should not do like this. So better to provide some kind of validation. So we'll see how to provide a validation in our ASP.NET Core by using data annotations. So with the help of data annotation, we'll perform validation on server side as well as client side also. Okay, so but these kind of validation we'll see in last, but let me first create all these operations like edit, details and delete functionality. Okay, so if you remember, last time we had created all these buttons, and if when we click on the edit button, see it's going to the employee controller and edit action method, and we are passing some id here as a parameter, that is 1, and it's showing us to like localhost not found and http error 404. The reason is that because we are going to this edit action, and this edit action is not available into our home, our employee control folder. So just go to here in that is our project, and if you see I'm inside employee controller, and inside employee control we have index method, we are having create method, we are having create post method, but here we don't have any edit action method. That's why we are getting that particular error. Okay, so let me create first edit action method, then we'll create edit view, and then we'll perform our edit operation. So let me move to the Visual Studio, and here let me stop it first. We'll create edit action method like public I action edit just remove it, not required. Okay, make it like use here some int id, because you're passing id from there, and return view. Okay, return view. So and this should also be a http get, because http get attribute I used here because I want to call this method via http get request. Okay, so let me add view also. For this, just right click on action method and add view, choose empty view, click on add button, give some particular name like edit.cshtml. Okay, and click on add. So view added, see here, this is your view. Remove this auto generated code here, save it, and if you see the folder structure, we are inside employee folder, we have got this edit .cshtml view, because imply our controller, and inside controller we are having all the action method. That's why all the like views whatever we are created for the employee controller are coming into this folder automatically. So we can say it's a like better separation of concern or beautifully designed MVC structure. So just go to edit.cshtml. Let me write some C# code here by using @ and curly braces. You can write C# code, you remember already, right? So here just use viewback property dot title to provide some title here. So viewback dot title equals to, that is edit employee. Okay, edit employee, and here we need to, we'll design our some HTML to provide input. So just let me do one thing, just add div class take any bootstrap class like container or something. Okay. And before designing this view, like first we'll check from which model or from which database data will come, and how we are, like what data this view is going to render. Okay, because when we want to click on edit, we'll get data from database and we'll show to here, so user can identify, okay, what data I need to modify. So according to his need, he can easily modify that. Okay, so just to go to our employee controller, and in edit method, so based on the ID, I want to fetch some data from database. Okay, so if you see my here, my constructor, I use here application DB context class, because this is my DB context class. In previous video, I created this, and here we are having like database operations, or we can say database. We can access all the property from a database. Like in our model folder, we are having employee.cshtml class, CS class. Okay, so I injected the dependency here. So with the help of dependency, I'll try to find my employee. Okay, so db dot employee dot, we'll use find method, and inside find I can just pass ID. So it will, based on the ID, it will find that particular employee in the database and it will return to us. So we can use like this, we can hold that employee. Okay, and we'll say if emp db equals to null, we can return from here like employee is not found, right? So we can return not found. Okay, not found. If employee is there, so just simply will pass to this view. Okay, so now from this action method, we'll get data from database, this employee object, and employee object we are passing here. So now let's move to our view. Just go to view, and this view should be decorated with @model property. And what is the model for this? Employee, right? Because we are passing employee data. So now this is strongly typed view. We are using employee model class here. Okay, now let me design our view. So just to create some better UI, I'll take div class. I'll use some bootstrap class here, like class to call 12. Okay, and here I'll use label. I'm going to use tag helper like ASP4, because these are the part of dotnetcore. Okay, ASP4, and C, we want to display emp name, so all the intelligence will show here properly. Emp name, use some class form label. Okay, so we had take label. Now we'll take some input field, input, and ASP for emp name, and just use class like form control. Okay, control. Okay, so like this we'll design other field also. Just for time being, I'm copying pasting things. So emp name is there. Now we need next emp job, Just copy, paste, emp salary. Okay, emp salary. Department ID, we don't want to display, but we want that ID. So we'll take some hidden field, input ASP for input ASP for, we'll take emp ID, and we want to make this hidden field, right? So we'll use here hidden. Automatically it will become a hidden field because we use the hidden attribute here. Okay. After all this, I want one button here. Class, I'll take 12. I need button for edit operation, right? I'll give this name update. Okay. Use some class here. Class, we'll use button class. So btn give success class and take one more button, or just take anchor tag. Why I'm taking anchor tag? Because if you don't want to edit, just you can go back, okay, to our main details like page there. Okay, so just here I will use asp action, where you want to move index and controller. If you want to pass, you can pass, otherwise no need to pass because already we are in imply controller. So just for showing purpose to you, I just want imply controller also. Use some class so it should look like button. So btn just give danger something, okay, and give tags like back to employee details. Okay, now so we have created everything here. Okay, we are having everything like designed that UI successfully, but to post this data or this form to server, we need a form, right? So we need to write a form attribute or form tag, and everything should be inside our form only. So just use form, and here give method like post method, because we want to post data from this form. Okay, and cut from here everything, paste inside form. So now we are inside the form. Okay, so just let me run. We'll check how our UI looking like. Starts running. Okay, move to our employee controller. See here. Okay, when we are clicking on edit button, yeah, see all the data populated automatically, and we are having proper UI. Why data populated? Because we written all the code here. See, based on the ID, we are finding employee and we are checking if it's null, then like it's showing not found, and if it's not null, we are sending to view, and inside view we use this like a model class here, and we use property, and we binded all the data. And if you see, our UI also looks fine. Okay, but here we need to give some margin because the button is not looking that much good. So we can use here bootstrap class margin top. I'll give 3 here, and just let me refresh. Still not reflecting. Let me rerun again. Move to our employee click on edit. Yes, we are in good position now. And suppose I came here, I don't want to edit an employee. By mistakenly I came here, or I change my mode, I don't want to update. I click on back to employee details and we'll back to our this page. Okay, create new employee. We already know this functionality. Now edit. And when we are clicking on update button, I want to update this. Suppose he's a manager, I want to become this person as a senior manager. If I click on update, what happens? We'll see it's showing page is not working. 405 error. Why? Because we are when we are clicking on button, we are sending a post request. But if you go to our controller and see, we are having one action method, and that is on get. We are not having any action that is holding the post request. Okay, that's why it's throwing exception, or we can say it's throwing that page 405, like it shows not found something. So just let me add that post method also. For timing, I'll copying same thing and paste here. Okay, and give this name like HTTP post, and here the place of ID. Now we are posting our employee model data, right? Just give your model and remove it. Okay, now so if we are passing data from our view, we'll check first if model state is valid or not. So it model state dot is valid. Okay, if it is valid, it means we are passing proper data from view. Okay, so if model state is valid, so what we'll do, again we'll do same thing, right? We'll fetch data from database, and whatever data we are getting here in model, we are passing the data to our model database, and we'll call our database methods. Okay, so how we'll do, again db dot employee dot find. Okay, and I'll use here model dot employee ID. So that's why I taken hidden field. If we are not taking hidden field there, this employee ID will come as a like a 0. Okay, or we can say it will not come, so we'll not perform this operation. Now just to do here something, employee emp db. Okay, again we'll write same code, emp db equals to null. Then we want to return like not found, return not found. Okay, if it's not null, means if we are good, we found employee, then what we will do, first I will change like emp db dot emp name with model name. Okay, model dot emp name, like this. So we'll do for all emp job equals to model dot emp job, and emp salary equals to model dot emp salary. Okay, anything pending? Nothing, right? So after all these things, just we'll call our underscore db dot employee dot update method. Okay, and we'll pass this emp object, because here we change all the property. So we'll call update method. Okay, after calling update method, we'll call db dot save changes. Okay, so if everything perform well, if there is nothing, so after save changes, we want to redirect to our list a page, or where the details page of the employee. So return redirect to action which action method? That is my index action method. Okay, so everything's set, and model pass here. If anything is like if model state not valid, again we are returning same view with same model. Okay, so just let me run this. We'll put breakpoint here. We'll debug that code and we'll see how things are happening here. And every time we are getting this home page, so better to let me set that employee as a startup page. How we'll set this? We are having a program file, and if you see here, we are having routing, and inside the control we are having home. So in place of home, I will add my employee controller. Going forward, we no need to change anything. It will always look for the employee controller. See, so no need to type here anything. It will automatically return to us the employee folder. See, okay. So now click on edit. I want to modify this John manager job title. I want to make it this person is a senior manager. Click on add here, and here see all the record came here like senior space manager, and the Sally also I want to modify like 55. Okay, and when we are clicking on update button, it will go to our edit action method, right? See, it came here. We'll see the model data. It's came or not. See, employee ID also came, job ID, senior manager, everything. So whatever data we have passed from our view, it came here automatically. And we'll see, we'll debug that code. See, model state dot is valid. That is also correct. So it satisfies our condition, and it will update the data into database. After updating the database, we are redirecting to index view. So just press F5 and see here, John, it become a senior manager, and Sally also update. So like that, we can perform our edit operation, or we can say perform our update operation. So just remove breakpoint. We'll try to update one more like employee. Okay, so just click on this last one. I don't want to this person be a manager. I want like it should be HR, and Sally also give like 45,000 something. Okay, just update it. Just see here HR and like this. Okay, let's create one more employee name, like give some Scott, like job something like, okay, make it developer. Salary give like 50,000. Okay, create, remove this breakpoint, and just continue. See, we are having Scott here. If you want to edit, just click on edit, Scott here. Scott, give some salutation here like Mr. Scott. Click on update like this. So like this, we can perform edit operation. And in our next video, we'll see how we'll see the details and how we'll perform the delete operation. Okay, and we'll apply data validation also on our create view here also, and in our edit also. Because if you like edit like this, see, I remove this name. Now, if I want to update like John, so it will not throwing any error, except like it's not throwing any exception here, and it directly going to our server. So it's like it's a bad practice. So better to apply here data annotation. Okay, so